Okay, what I'm going to do is attempt to describe the events of June 8th, 2014. Apparently the media and everybody keeps getting this wrong over and over and over again. They probably only corrected it one time. That morning, after my brother finally fixed his internet issues, him and our friend Jeremy Tanner were going to Walmart that morning to exchange the modem so he could get his money back. Well, he found out they were also going to pick me to go swimming, and he called me about that. He said he would be on his way after he returned the modem. He was supposed to pick me up and my daughter Olivia, his niece, not nephew. At once, and then, well, I don't remember how long after that, I got a call from Jeremy. He apparently tried calling her at first, but since he had issues going, he doesn't change his tone when he tells a joke versus when he's being serious. And she apparently didn't get that, so he hung up with her and called me. My first reaction is, what the hell is he doing? Now, unfortunately, at this time, when he called us, he was already outside, so the second gunshot that he already heard, by then my brother was already gone. Now, basically what happened, they were in the customer service area. Most of the people have seen this on video. He heard the shot. He looked just to see what the hell was going. He put his hand on his gun. He did not pull it yet because he did not have visual sight of what was going on. And he ran towards the checkout areas, which the first two aisles from the customer service looked like they were just aisles of items before you actually hit checkouts. And I believe, unless they changed since I've been there, after that it was self-checkouts, then cashier checkouts. He ran between two of the item aisles, and apparently people have seen, my aunt pointed out he probably dropped the modem at that point, and that's when he actually pulled his firearm. Now at that point, the guy was already apparently off scene, and the woman was pushing a cart down what I would consider the main aisle, which runs. Okay, in order for him to go down the main aisle after he went up that aisle to pull his gun, he'd have to take a left. Because the main aisle runs back and forth at the beginning of the store, and there's another aisle after you pass some stuff that runs the same direction, but it's after you pass a bunch of clothes and after electronics, they're the same thing. Now, unfortunately, unless you've actually been inside this Walmart, you're going to be very confused about most of these directions. Now, like I said, the woman was about a quarter of the way between the beginning of that aisle and where she shot my brother. Now, she was just pushing a cart. She wasn't dressed any weird way. She was basically dressed like a customer, which I guess for Walmart that is kind of weird. But he went from that side, the cashier side of that aisle, to the clothing side, because that's the direction the guy took when he finally disappeared. That way the guy couldn't come on the aisle and suddenly see me. My brother would have a way to duck out of the way. And as he was going down, he passed the woman. He had to go around her. Now, she did have a gun in her right hand, but when you hold it, she was holding the cart with both hands, but she also had the gun in her right hand. So, and if she were looking directly at her hands, you would not know she had a firearm. And unfortunately for my brother, he's left-handed like me, and he had a gun at his side. So as he passed her, she could visually see he had a gun. Now he kept going until he got to the aisle that was it was slightly past the pharmacy. And he stood at the end of the aisle and peered around with the gun still at his right hand, or left hand, peered around to make sure it was safe to continue. But unfortunately, he stood there long enough for her to catch up with him. And the video is kind of hard to. It's honestly, from what I've been told, it's kind of hard to see if she even looked. She probably just looked for half a second, did not stop moving, pulled the gun, shot him in his lower side. Well, kind of between the side and his back. Luckiest shot in the world because it apparently dropped him instantly, and he died on the scene right there. He was gone. Now, if I was told he did not feel it, which I hope is true, but apparently from what people said, when he fell out of the camera view. And apparently they do not have any other views of him when he fell. and she just kept walking. Now a lot of people are wondering why he did not see her. Some people claim he had tunnel vision, but Walmart has no audio on those tapes. I know it could be wishful thinking, but he could have, as he went past her, told her to get the hell out or to leave. He could have said something, but he also could not have just passed her. Now, unfortunately, like I said, people were wondering how I did not know she was part of it, but from what I've been told, an officer, towards the end, an officer had actually entered the back of Walmart and seen her, and he wasn't aware that she was part of it also. He slowly approached her to try to get her out of there. She saw him, so slowly started walking towards him. And she had a gun in her right hand and slowly started to raise it. He apparently did not see the firearm until the last possible second for him to live, and barely got out of there without getting shot. So if people say you wasn't trained, it obviously doesn't matter if you're trained or not. An officer missed this. But fortunately, the officer was face to face with him and had a chance to get out. My brother back was turned and didn't have a chance in hell. And I've heard people who basically had negative comments because, well, the only thing you thought about when you talked about my brother was this thing, his firearm. That's the only thing. Yeah, stupid cat's in the video. Oh well. That's the only thing they saw, but this did not define him. It's just a tool. It's what he happened to have on him that day. It doesn't define. A gun does not define anybody. Okay? I carry one every day, but it does not define me. Now, like I said, he apparently didn't have a chance to use it, but again, this had nothing to do with my brother. It just happened to be a defense tool that he had on him, but people can't see past that. That's fine. They're stuck on stupid. There's nothing anybody can do about that. People that considered him a hero knew this. And the people who were bashing him are just pissed off that somebody actually tried to stop something. So, oh well. Now that's pretty much what happened that day. Other than the frantic news, and then I moved closer to my family, but there's really nothing else to tell about that day. I think I had other stuff, but, you know, during this video, I pretty much lost track of everything I was going to say. There's nothing really else to tell about that. Now, I was supposed to do this video after going to Walmart on the anniversary, but I guess they couldn't do it. They did a tree planting for my brother, including the other two officers, so that was nice of them. But yeah, that's basically what happened that day. If I missed something or anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll answer them the best I can. Just remember, for all people who said something, at least he tried. Most people wouldn't have even done that. Now there was tons of people running out, which I don't blame them. They were scared. People have a fight or flight response. People chose the flight response. He chose the fight response. It's part of human nature. Anyways, that's it for now.